What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey man, it's your brother New Reed coming through with another live stream. Put a one in the chat to let me know that y'all in here. Matter of fact, let me pull so I don't get connected to this Wi-Fi right here because I want the message to come through. One moment. Everybody hit the like button on your way in. We are live on New Breed Universal ENT. What's happening? What's going on? What's going on, Andre? Tamika Buckley. I see y'all. I see more likes than people in the building, so I know people gonna make their way in. Listen. So I just seen Epic Mindset respond to a video I took down. Some of the guys that's been, loosely associated with the channel, sharing their commentary on YouTube, like Epic Minds, Cloning Cloaks, Striving, a couple of the brothers, right? They was cracking some jokes, poking some fun, and I decided to crack some jokes back. And it wasn't because I was offended. It was more so like, hey, y'all got jokes, I got jokes. Where I'm from, that's just kind of how it is. And it is different when you know somebody versus on the internet, you never shook hands, never met that person, whatever the case is. But it wasn't a situation where I was offended. It was just me cracking jokes back. But I feel like Epic Minds kind of just caught strays, or whatever the case is. He caught strays. And I want to apologize to the brother because at the end of the day, I didn't mean to make the brother feel betrayed. Like I didn't crack jokes back so the brother can feel betrayed. And look, I'm the type of person I can get mean with how I speak sometimes. And I got respect for Epic and Cloning Cloaks and all the other brothers. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, for me it was just fun and games, because I thought, hey, if somebody have fun at my expense, I like to have fun at theirs. But that doesn't make it right, especially if it's a situation where the brother Epic just kind of like caught a stray. And I'm gonna just clear the air with the brother. It's not an offense, brother. I'm not offended by you at all. I'm not offended by what you said at all. It's more so a situation that I'm just cracking jokes back. Yup. Yeah, it's just jokes, brother. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. I'm not offended at all. I'm not a person who's insecure or lack confidence. None of that. That's not the type of person I am. And I want to let the brother know, like, I didn't mean nothing by it, bro. That's why I took the material down. I do know that you got certain people out there that want to drag it out and make it a big thing, and it's really not. We're men at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to drag that out. And if the brother's open to even chop it up online, show that unity, I'm with that. So I'm not even on that type of time. See, when it's a different thing when you know the people. Like, imagine somebody crack jokes that you don't know versus somebody you do know. You're gonna crack jokes back. Now, I know of these people. I have shouted out these people, but there's a line that we have called respect as men, and I didn't initiate any of that. But I'm the type of person that I can be responsive, and it was no need to that. It was no need for that. And I understand why the brother felt um, I understand why the brother may have felt betrayed, because the brother did speak times where, it was kind of like on my behalf, far as seeing the situation I had online with that other cat in my favor on some things. Some things he didn't speak on my favor. I feel like he went down the middle as a YouTuber. And I also feel like some things he was just a little bit uninformed about, but nonetheless, I respected his viewpoint. And so nonetheless, yeah, I apologize to Brother Epics, man. I didn't mean nothing by it, bro. It's just that sometimes my jokes can get a little bit too personal. And it wasn't necessary, because I don't believe you said anything that warranted that response. So I can man up and say, you know what, brother, that's my fault. Um, it wasn't out of being offended, though. It was more so, oh, y'all want to joke? Let me joke. But I didn't realize that it would have made you feel betrayed that way. So look, it's no big deal. We sometimes we have these little spats, these little back and forths. And I think this is a good learning experience. Everybody got their insecurities in life. Everybody got things that they're sensitive about, you know. And when it comes to myself having a big forehead, the women in my life love my forehead. I don't have no problem getting beautiful women. I don't have ugly women in my life. I have beautiful women in my life who love everything about me, every part of me. So it's not one of them things where I'm walking around super like insecure or nothing like that, because I think that's kind of what the brother was trying to convey in this video. That's not the case. It's just that when people joke, I'm the type of person, I dish out what I feel like people give out, right? And it just so happened Epic Minds caught that stray. But I took the video down. And my advice is, brother Epic, don't let social media folks that just want to keep things going and keep drama going, brother. Like, listen, I ain't got no issue with you. I took it down and I'm apologizing to you. So it is what it is. And hopefully that you can accept that and know that I am very sincere about what I'm saying. I'm very sincere about what I'm saying. And, shout out to all of the creators who've been putting out decent content and doing what they do. Shout out to the Bamboozle Hood Network. Shout out to the Clone and Cloaks and the Epic Mindsets and all of the brothers and sisters, because there's some sisters out there too that put out some good stuff. Let me see. Yeah, man, I'm just coming from this gym and I seen Epic Minds responded. Look, brother, ain't no big deal, my man. Hope everything cool with you, bro. Ferris says Epic did stick up for you at times. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So the way he took it is like betrayal. I can tell by his response. And I did not mean for it to come off that way. Sometimes ranking can go wrong. Like that's the thing. You never know somebody's response to any level of ranking or joning or whatever the case is. When I was growing up, when people would rank and Joan, because like when I first moved to certain parts of DC, that was culture. I wasn't the type of person to joke with and play with if you didn't know me, right? If I didn't know you personally and you played with me like back then, I was just a different type of person. That's all I can tell you. And to me, responding in words is just a fair response when somebody approaches me with words. But with Epic Mind situation, he didn't really say nothing that warranted all of what I did. It is what it is. And I think as men, we got to be able to actually apologize to each other. Real talk. As men, we got to be able to apologize to each other. Yeah, Annie V says, New Breed, you're a good looking guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And of all things, I'm an intelligent brother who has the Most High in my life. And I have a lot of wisdom that I share. And it ain't even about looks. It's let me tell y'all something. For anybody insecure about anything, it's not about your looks, it's about your aura. It's about your essence. It's about who you are, what type of person you are. There's some people who can have all this external beauty and be very ugly inside, like very dark inside. And so, yeah, this is very important to do, man. I don't I don't wish anybody no harm or any of that. Even the cat, listen, let me tell you something. Look, even the cat that I've been beefing with, not even really beefing with, he really been beefing with me. I really don't have no problem with dude. I think he's funny. I think the guy is funny. That's why people still watch him. I think the dude is one big troll, to be honest with you. And I don't really take it that serious, because once I offered the boxing ring and nobody wanted to do that, once I did that, I never took it serious after that. I didn't take it serious. I really didn't. Once I joined their panel once I joined the panel and I tried to chop it up with those guys and they just didn't say nothing, like not even give me the respect of having a conversation like, all right, as men, can we chop this up? When they didn't even do that, I said, all right, I don't care about those guys. They don't mean nothing. Yeah. And then when I was like, all right, so boxing ring? No. So I realized it was about views. Once I realized it was just about views, it took the personal side out of it. It really took the personal side out of it. Like I don't really be sitting around thinking about what these guys are doing. I don't care. Yeah, once I approached you man to man and you didn't give me that respect, it's like it is what it is. When I approached Conan Cloaks after he, said what he said, he responded like a man. Epic Minds, he just approached me. I'm responding to him like a man. Because this is not about somebody bossing up on nobody. This is not about somebody sunning nobody. Like, just because I got a big following, that don't mean nothing. We all men, regardless of our following, big or small channels, we're all men at the end of the day. And we all should respect each other. Cloning Cloaks, he made his jokes. I made my jokes. He apologized. I forgave the brother. Epic Minds, he caught a stray. He was offended. He was offended by, well, I wouldn't say he was offended. I would say he probably felt betrayed because he spoke up on my behalf a few times. And I did not mean to make the brother feel that way. Even the brother Striving, he even apologized. And I forgave him. So, and Striving cracked jokes. I cracked jokes back. But I don't think Striving felt betrayed. I think it was more personal with me and Epic Minds because I shouted the brother out, offered words of encouragement to that brother, as well as hold on real quick. Let me plug this joint up. Let me plug this up real quick. As well as the brother spoke, on my behalf in the midst of some drama. So it ain't like that. It's not like that. I'm not trying to bully you guys or sun nobody. It's not even like that. Honestly, if I'm speaking very candid with y'all, I mind my business. On social media, if nobody bother me, I stay in my lane and I do me. For real. Yeah, my advice to Epic, my advice is to Epic, don't let it draw out into something else, my brother. Um, I took the material down. I took it down because I was just clapping back. And I think you a good brother. And I respect you, man. And just know that. Even the cat, listen, even the cat that keep making videos about, man, been making videos about me for all this time, for like, it's been over a year. I hope that brother find closure. You know what I'm saying? I hope, for real, y'all, like, listen to what I'm saying. There's a lot of growth happening in my life right now because I realize, I, I, I realize what's at stakes, what's going on in the world. Yeah, Clone Close took his video down. I took mine down. And even with the other cat, I honestly just hope that dude find closure. Honestly. And live his life. I don't really got nothing else to say. I think I said everything that I can say. And listen, there's been a lot of damage done on both sides. You know, there's been damage done on both sides. And at the end of the day, the beef, it got ugly. Yeah, the beef got ugly between me and Ringo. It got real ugly, bro. And at the end of the day, at some point, somebody just gotta shut up. I'm gonna be that person. Even though I don't make videos about this cat like that. I really don't. I don't make videos about this cat. I literally be minding my business. But I'm going to be that guy that just don't say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. He can say what he want. I don't care. I don't even watch the channel. Only time that I got people that would notify me of stuff if it's something that he puts out that is like, it can cost me my life. It can cost, something crazy, like trying to get the feds to raid my home. Now that's something you gotta respond to that. It's like, hold on now, bro. I'm a brother who helped you regardless in your time of need. I'm a man who helped you in your time of need. At the very least, respect your position and enjoy your life. You ain't got to like that person. You listen. Live your life. Yeah, the rainbow guy. Like, yeah, I don't say nothing else about him. I ain't even gonna call him that. I ain't gonna call him that. See, I'm maturing on stuff. I ain't got no drama with nobody. I don't have no beef with nobody. And Epic Minds, hey bro, I apologize to you man to man. Cloning Cloaks, we cool. Striving, we cool. Let me see. Hey, Farrah, you wild. Farrah, you wild for that comment. Vision Flow says definitely shows maturity. Yeah, I'm not on that type of time, y'all. It's too much going on in the world and I see it all. I got a lot going on and somebody said, that's right, man. We got to learn to forgive. Big respect. Yeah, I forgive, bro. I forgive anybody who crossed me because I forgive them for my sake. I'm not trying to walk around with hatred and envy in my heart, and I'm not trying to award evil for evil. The video I even did talking about Ringo's wife, he met her at a Diddy party. I took that down. I took it down. I took it down because I was like, nah, man, that's low. That's low. All the other stuff I reacted to that Ringo said, it was a fair reaction. The stuff he said about the I don't give a damn how old she is. When I heard the context, everything he said, I reacted that according to what he said. It did not sound right. What he said, y'all know what he said, it did not sound right. Maybe he just worded it wrong. And the fact that he just kept trying to restructure it instead of just saying, you know what, I repent. He should have just repented. Yeah, it didn't sound right, bro. You can't say, and I never called him that. I said suspected. Suspected because what you said. I don't know if he meant it or not, man, but it damn sure didn't sound right. It was, but I feel like, yeah, he took no accountability about what he said. And then I just feel like we all getting too old for this. Like online beefing, bro. Like that don't even make sense. Like go get money. It's dumb. Yeah, said that man just seemed real angry. Yeah, Epic, man, like I said, man, it is what it is. I know that Ringo trying to recruit you over there. But one thing about Epic I respect is he gonna go right down the middle regardless. He's not he ain't the type of guy that just needs to team up with people. And neither am I. I can roll solo. I don't need nobody in my corner. It could be me versus everybody. I don't care. But I genuinely feel bad. I genuinely feel bad for what I said to Epic. Because it was uncalled for. Yeah, Epic gonna speak his mind. That's why I respect the brother. He's going to speak his mind. And I can't. 808 says, Breed, I'm blocked on your main page. I wonder why. Yeah, Epic, man, my bad, bro. My apology. I know this is kind of drawn out because I'm just talking about everything, the whole climate. You know, like this stuff went on too long. Like, let me think. The other guys, like I said, what I think would be healthy is what I thought before. And it ain't about like somebody got to be the person that's just, you know, willing to humble themselves. And even with the rest of those guys, the Rollos and all them, I mean, I'll never be cool with these people. I would never be cool with these people. But there's a lot of things I held back that I could have done and still could do. There's a lot of things that I stopped. There's a lot of mercy that I show and people don't even understand it. And it's because I don't really want to, I'm really non-confrontational. I'm really non-confrontational. I really just want to be in my zone and do me. And whoever rock with me and my platform, that's who rock with it. Because one thing about words, once you put them out there, you really can't take them back. Even though the Bible says you're supposed to forgive your brother 7 times, bro. 7 times out of 7. You're supposed to forgive. You're supposed to just keep forgiving. And that is hard, bro. That ain't no joke. Let me see. Somebody said, that's why I don't speak when I'm angered. Yeah, I feel you. And again, even with Epic, let me tell you, just because, and I think Epic thought I was waiting on an apology And I want to clear this up, Epic. I wasn't waiting on an apology. I was waiting to see your response. I wasn't waiting for you to apologize. I wanted to see what you was going to say. Because honestly, if you feel betrayed or hurt, if you would have cracked more jokes, then I would have thought, oh, the brother just took it as me joking. And then I would have kept joking. To be honest, that's how I would have played it. If Epic would have responded and kept on joking, I'd have just kept joking. But I can tell by his response the brother felt some level of betrayal. That's why I'm apologizing. And I mean it. I mean this. I mean that, Epic. That I apologize, my brother. And we all work in progress, you know what I'm saying? But how everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. This went on longer than I thought it would. But nonetheless, I got more material coming on New Breed Global later. We got some things to chop it up about. Yep. Yep, somebody said even King David had moments to remind him to be humble. Yeah, man, I am trying. I'm trying because I think a lot of people been hurt throughout all this back and forth. Everybody not mad. Everybody not going to admit it. Everybody not going to man up and admit that, damn, we could have really done great things, bro. I think about that sometimes. I do think about that. Like, everybody together, bro, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. But people really showed that they for self. And I think that's the main thing. Honestly, I think a lot of people want to be the HNIC, that everybody's selfish, man, and they're willing to just do whatever to be that guy. I'm just not even like that. Yeah, I think about that sometimes, Ferry. All of that stuff, what if it never happened? Bro, if all of that never happened, that'll be the only thing people talking about on social media. It would be popping. It would have been popping. I'm telling you, it would have. But Satan got in. It was the devil. The devil ruined all of that. I'm not even going to blame one side or the other, bro. I'm not going to blame that side. I'm not going to blame myself either, because I know what my intentions are. But I do think the devil got in. The devil got in that. And I can see it very clear now too. Yeah, somebody made a good point. If that never happened, it would have happened again in a different way. You can't mix with demons. I thought about that too every time it goes wrong, right? Because it's got to be an opening somewhere where the devil can get in. And I'm not saying, first of all, you got to look at it like this. Nobody's perfect. We all men with error and fault. Now, when the adversary see men come together to organize and do something big, and personalities clash sometimes, different person, but what end up happening is, if anybody brings that opening in, Satan will run amok on that. He'll run amok and he'll ruin all of that. And I'm going to make this clear. The farm is not ruined at all. And like, what we building is a situation where we want a tight knit group of people. It's only 100 acres. We only need 30, 40 families, if that. 20 families, 15 families, all in Christ. And we got a lot of families that we already network with. It has become what it's supposed to become. Yep. But Tamika says whatever they doing in the background causes the separation. This happened to me. Right. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't agree with a lot of things that have had that those guys on that side have done and said. And I'm sure they don't agree with a lot of things I've done and said. But where is it getting anybody? Nobody's really growing from disrespecting each other. Nobody's growing from that. Regardless. That only shows us all in a negative light. That only shows us all in a negative light. And I'm not feeling that. Yeah, I do believe things were meant to happen this way because it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened this way if it wasn't meant to be. But still, I do think of that sometimes, like, damn. Because I don't believe in misunderstandings. Because at the end of the day, I looked out for Cat. And I didn't really, it was really just a misunderstanding. At least I thought. But then when I hit Cat back, oh man, my bad. Let me cover that back. I thought it was done and over. But some people just be, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes social media gets in the way of social media gets in the way of people really communicating the right way. That's what I really believe. Social media can get in the way because people always want to rush to PR and online before even really chopping it up behind the scenes, right? And I ain't saying I've done everything perfect because I haven't. And the errors that I did make, I've already acknowledged that. One thing you got to look out for is when there's a situation with any falling out with people, which side is going to say, you know what, I made a mistake in this area, and which side won't say anything close to that. 9 times out of 10, you can see the picture right there, because it takes humility on both sides when it comes down to situations. Not ego, not pride, not arrogancy, none of that. It takes both sides to be like, you know what, I'm gonna show humility. And I don't think it's too late to show humility. Yeah. Yeah, I've been let go and let the Most High deal with that situation. But it just all I listen, when I'm going through things, when I've went through things, I'm not going through nothing now. I'm literally rehashing everything that's happened in the past. I want y'all to learn from it. I want y'all to learn from it. Let me see. Let me read some of your comments. And as you can see, I'm streaming for a little bit of time because I want to make sure And Leon the Servant, that brother too. Because I think we kind of fell out a little bit too because of the non-messianic thing versus messianic. And yeah, that's another young brother that I see Leon in here. Like, let me tell y'all something, bro. We got to do better moving forward. I know it's going to be a whole new cast of brothers and sisters. I've already met some creators. Listen. I'm networking with a creator right now that's got 50,000 subs. We're not going to publicize everything online now, but they got views. They got millions of views a couple years ago, and they got some land. They got a community, and we're going to be chopping it up, doing streams on the land, chopping it up with them, UP Farms, going back and forth from UP to them, and building and showing what they're going to be teaching us some things. Like, we working, and we're going to be giving them some exposure, and there's going to be a whole new cast of people that are creators that's going to want to get involved. We still going to be doing events and all of that, but we gonna move different now. Everything is different. Like, one thing I learned is the type of work that I'm involved with. It got to be people who are really, really interested in the same thing. Like, they really understand the mission. They really understood the mission. And then, the rest of those guys, like, let me see, like, that one cat, the Brainwaves cat. It's like this, bro. It's like you won't admit the wrong you done, bro. Like, that's my whole thing with Brainwaves. Like, all right, bro, it was a situation, that you were kind of playing a lot of internet sneak dissing games. Even Ringo know it, because you fell out with him first because you were sneak dissing him, and I know you were. I didn't like you doing that. That's actually where this started. I didn't like you sneak dissing the guy, because I'm like, bro, I think everybody could tell that we fell out, but Brainwaves was more so, it seemed like he was egging it on, and then he tried to play. He egged it on, and then he tried to play like, oh, let me be the mediator. Like, I can see you. I have spiritual discernment. You were egging things on, and what confirmed it is when you were called out on something, and instead of picking up your phone and chopping it up, you jumped sides right away. That showed you was not loyal to begin with. You jumped sides almost immediately. And even though you didn't even know who was right and who was wrong, meaning you were looking for clout however you can get it, that you proved that that's what you were doing. And that's not right, bro. Yeah, it's like, I'm scared of him, so I'm going to come at him instead. I don't know why you scared of that cat, because he ain't nothing to be scared of. But that's what it seemed like. It's like you were sneak dissing. He jumped in your chat, called you out on it. I agree that you were sneak dissing, and I think it was unnecessary, because I didn't tell nobody nothing about the situation. When I fell out with Ringo, I didn't go slandering this man's name. I didn't go telling people, oh, he's a horrible guy, he's this, he's that. I just said, all right, the cat, based on the streams he's making, he was the one like, yo, I'm rolling solo. I ain't rocking with them cats. I ain't involved in no land, none of that. And I was just like, all right. I wasn't even on that. I wasn't running around talking about it. Wasn't even on that, y'all, at all. And then, but when somebody fall out, people can kind of read the temperature. Like, damn, I don't see New Breed on Ringo chat. I don't see Ringo on New Breed chat. Them cats used to be cool. What's going on with that? I don't see them shouting each other out. Yeah, somebody beefing. That's what Brainwaves did. Yeah, somebody beefing. So what he tried to do was, he started doing videos that was trying. It was like almost baiting for information while sneak dissing. That's what he did. He did it for like a few times, and then it drew my attention. I'm like, what is this cat doing? Either have a strong stance on something or don't, or inquire about the information, which I wouldn't have told him anyway. I wouldn't have told him nothing. I'd be like, I don't know, man. The brother just, hey, I'm sure he'll come back around. That's what I would have said. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I never wanted no confrontation. I know the picture they paint. Y'all, the picture they painted me is some just rude, ruthless, evil dude that just fall out with everybody, and I just be cutting everybody off and can't get along and this, that, and the third. That's just not the case. I just don't like fakes. I don't like that fake stuff, man. I don't like that. Let me see. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not really worried about them cats like that. And then with Rollo, let me see. With Rollo just following wherever he fit in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like how he did charity. I don't like how him or Brainwaves did charity. Like that infuriates me. This is why them cats, they did that. They did her wrong, bro. They did her wrong. And I know because I got the video content of Brainwaves talking crazy about her. Y'all claiming something was happening at the Jamboree with her and men and all that. Like, come on, man. That's dirty. Like, y'all don't see how dirty that is? Like, that's dirty, bro. That's just dirty, man. That's trifling, man. You don't do people like that. And for the record with Rollo, when Charity came on, I didn't know what she was going to say. I didn't know that was going to come out. I was just as shocked as everybody else. I was just as shocked when she said it. Ain't like I brung her on to talk about that. It just came out. And if it's true what she said, I hope the Most High deal with that. I hope the Most High deal with them cats for that. Will deal with her, deal with him, Rollo, for that. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff, the division was supposed to happen and everybody's supposed to learn from it. Everybody's supposed to grow from it. But when I talk like this, they don't react to these kind of videos where I'm being humble and showing humility, letting them know, look, I'm not even on that. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect, but man, you guys are not without fault. You guys are not without fault. Yep, V-Dub says they all lie for Rollo, so they all guilty. That's what I'm saying. And they told a lot of lies on me. A lot of lies. All right, so for instance, and I might as well chop it up about this. So they claim that I scam people for money at UP Farms. That's what they claim. That doesn't even make sense because they had nothing to do with the organization of the event. How could I scam people when everything that I promised, they got? The people who were there, I had the jump houses. They got exactly what they paid for, a camping trip. You know how many generators I purchased, refrigerators I purchased. The food was out there, all the camping gear. We supplied tents. We supplied water slides. We had axe throwing. We had food, beverage. We had everything that was promised. Handed out sleeping bags, built with the people. I mean, everything that was promised, it was delivered. And it was a fundraiser camping trip. But how could you get online and say somebody was scammed when We spent money buying a lawnmower that cost. See, I got all my receipts. That's why I'm not gonna. I deal with this at another time, because when you lie on somebody like that, you had nothing to do with the organization. You don't know how the money was allotted. You don't know what was involved to throw the event. You don't know what was required to maintain the land. You know, and I got all the receipts of what was spent, who was paid, what was needed. We paid security. We had to get a lawnmower to cut all of that grass, an expensive lawnmower, an expensive one. We had to, it was a whole process, and it was successful. It was successful, even though at the time there was like a global shutdown at the time, and we still pulled it off. We still pulled it off. Only for cats to go online and say we scammed somebody. How? First and foremost, I act as a promoter. That is my job, is to promote. UP Farms is not the only land that I'm going to be promoting. Anybody who owns land, who are like-minded, who want to look out for, yeah, it was that network strike. I am going to be pulling up on them, networking with them, and learning from them. I got somebody that got many homes. There's a apple orchard planting I'm gonna be going to soon. Like, this is the type of stuff I'm doing. I'm a promoter, and I help with the organization of it. But how can somebody who had nothing to do with the organization get online and slander and lie and think there's not going to be consequences for that? You can't do that. You can't not do that to people's name and reputation. One thing about me, anytime I fundraised anything, I've always used it for what it was for. And I've never even done a GoFundMe. Never even done a GoFundMe. Never done it. Just saved Cash Apps. Every time somebody sent me a Cash App, I just saved it. And you know what I did with that? I threw the event to get other things we needed. We needed another water pump. There's operational cost. We needed things for the land. We needed to fill those trailers up. But you know, anytime you're trying to do something right, there's going to be something you got to deal with. And it's one thing if them cats didn't like me, had an issue with me. The reason why I went cutthroat with those guys is because why would you? Okay, all right. Ringo was a promoter. Brainwaves was a promoter. They both pulled up on the land. I was a promoter. You met the man who owned the land. You met the people that were there. You met the people who wants that to win. Why would you get online and talk bad about the land initiative? Why not just stick to me? Those people don't have nothing to do with it. Why not just stick to I don't rock with New Breed? Why lie and slander? See, now you're affecting their lives. Now you're bullying them. Hitman, you must have been there. You must have been there. Hitman, put a one if you was there. He said you were up on your feet 24/7 serving the people. People never sat down the whole time. And there's video footage. We got a documentary coming. There's a lot of video footage of just serving the people, cooking over the grill. Oh, he said he shook my hand. That's right, my brother. There's a lot of brothers and sisters I shook hands with. And it was so nice, man. It felt like a family reunion. It really did. Yep. Even Farrah said it. She said, "Yeah, I was there. You was putting in work." Oh, she says, "I was that. You was putting in work. It was that you were putting in work." Yeah, had to put in that work. It was very peaceful out there. Very peaceful out there. Yeah, and I really enjoyed myself out there, man. And it's gonna be more of those. The next event we do is gonna be something a little more comfortable. We're gonna do something at a hotel that's got a lobby, that's got a ballroom, a club. And that's what we're gonna be doing next. We're gonna do something very fly. We talking about suit and tie, just something elegant. And we may do it near the land to give people an option to go to the land, or we may do it in Georgia. Just to meet up, just so we can really start really networking and building. And it don't necessarily got to be a church setting for us to network. Once we gather, oh, the spirit gonna move because God's people gonna be coming together. Yeah, just some networking. Some says, I saw epic video about you, New Breed Jim. Honestly, no, I'm not on no Jim Jones stuff. I'm just and see, that's the thing. I'm just a promoter of these lands. I'm not trying to run a religious cult. I promote the lands. I pull up to the lands. This is for anybody who's interested in living off grid, not in a religious community, but just like-minded people who own land, where when things hit the fan, you got places you can go to build on that land. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And the irony of that is, in our day and age, you can have sundown towns, white only towns, but every time my people do something, there's this weird stigma on it. And I know that Epic, he was just clapping back. Epic was just clapping back, and I'm not mad at the brother, but I do got to clear that up because I'm not into that. Um, I'm not into that. We're not doing no religious cults. We're not going to the land to build a church. We're not doing that. It's just like-minded people. Let's see. 888 says, I seen Weirdo TV go from mocking celebs to Pastor Dow to an outrageous obsession with Breed. Yeah, I mean, I owe some people some apologies, man. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know what the hell Pastor Dow had going on over there. I don't know, bro. That stuff ain't none of my business. Because when I look at the whole picture, I know when you trying to do something right, I know there's different spirits that operate. And I'm not saying that I agree with Pastor Dow. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's not my business. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the ins and outs. And I choose to just stay out of that. When it comes to hold on, it was somebody else. Charatazar, what is his name? Charatazar. When it come to him, I feel like with him, I think that brother, maybe because he's a New Yorker. That's the thing. When people get into it, I think it's good not to take sides. Just let it play out. And when it came to the Ringo situation, Charatazar just kind of jumped out there, and he didn't really divide. He really didn't. He didn't know everything. But he came in this way where he's choosing a side. You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. And that's where that falling out happened. But, I said some things that was a little immature about your Watazar. And I think I've already apologized about that. It was immature. And if I haven't apologized, I do apologize for that because it was immature. And I've matured since then. And but when people, however, not but however, when people jump in things that they really don't know about and they have an opinion on it, it's easy to get hit with a stray. That's why I like moving forward. Whenever people got stuff going on, man, I'm staying out of that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Everybody paint me as I just fall out with everybody. No, I don't like fakeness, man. I don't like it. And Pastor Rufus, when it came to him, um, I don't got no problems with Pastor Rufus. It's just that, you know, y'all, I don't even know why I'm replaying everything. I'm just catching you up to speed how things played out. But with Pastor Rufus, it's not that I had a problem with the brother. It's just that, he it's certain things he could have addressed me privately instead of publicly. That's all. Something small. He actually say he apologized for that. But again, I'm gonna say this on social media, when you trying to be cool with everybody and you just up in everybody's chat and you agreeing with everything people put out, especially when it's about other people, you can expect for people to start looking at you as fake eventually. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm getting at? Like, let me give you an example. I'm beefing with some cat and somebody says, well, I don't have no problem with you, New Breed, but I see you in they chat talking ish about me every time every time I see them live, you talking about me, and then you like, I don't really have no problem with you. It's like, what? Yeah, Pastor Rufus hit me with those. That's the type of stuff Pastor Rufus would do. Man, hey, Newbury, I just want you to know I ain't got no problem with you. Somebody talking about you dirty, and he right there, egging it on. Yeah, you do have a problem with me, but that's cool. Yeah, you would think, you would suspect, like, you would suspect, that person two-faced it. Am I wrong for making that assessment? Steve E, my brother, what's going on, Steve E? Man, I gotta meet you, Steve. I might have to come down to Detroit, man. I got some folks out there. It says, excellent work, humility, a Christ-centered attitude is what the body needs to see the greatest strength of an Israelite is love. Excellent job. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yep. And I agree. And Steve E, he came through a couple times, man, trying to get me to just take the right route. Like, brother in Christ, just chill. Steve know our background. He know what kind of background we got. And like, man, sometimes it's hard to take one on the chin without swinging back. But sometimes you do got to turn the other cheek. And in this situation, I think, things went far, and I don't want to keep them going. With Epic Minds, I don't want things to just keep going and we going back and forth with each other and all that, man. Nah, man, it ain't even like that. You was cracking jokes, I crack jokes. But I just went too far. And it felt more like a betrayal. And I hope I meet the brother one day, Epic Minds too. And he like, you know what, brother? My bad, bro. Because I like to tell people in person, like, yo, my bad, bro. Yeah, I'm not beefing with nobody on YouTube. People can say whatever they want about me. I'm not beefing with nobody. I got a lot of good people in my circle. In real life, they're not even on social media. A lot of people I rock with, they're not really on social media. And some of them are on social media, but they stay low key. Yeah, I'm a YouTube vegan, no beef. I don't want no problems. You don't just be hitting a man with glasses on. Look, you don't just see, this is bullying. Put my glasses on. Like, I just put my reading glasses on. You don't just hit somebody in the face. They sitting there like, look, I ain't got no problems. Look, you don't just hit them in their face, bro. That's dirt. That's now you just bullying that person. Like, I'm literally, y'all guys are bullying me, bro. That's bullying. I'm non-confrontational, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to do cool nerd stuff. That's it. I just want to do cool nerd stuff. I got my glasses on. I don't. What more do I need to say? I'm telling you, I hope Ringo get closure. I hope he come back to Christ. And I said come back because I don't, man, you can't be, brother Ringo can't be out here wearing MAGA hats, running around talking about black people. Technically, the devil was black. The character was black, but that's not the point. He can't be running around here just raccooning like that, bro. I don't even want to see that man go out like that. Like, he gonna have to redeem himself from that, bro. That's ugly work. That's ugly work. You just can't be out here like, nah, you just can't be doing that, bro. That's just a bad look. Like, I don't want to see these people doing that stuff, man. And brainwaves, you got to get a mind of your own, bro. Like, you had the potential to be somebody on YouTube. Like, you know how to edit, you know how to do film and all of that, but you just an echo chamber. Like, it's like you don't have your own thoughts. And it's cool to be connected with people. It's cool to be cool. It's cool to have your online like group. But bro, you are just simply repeating everything that Ringo say, bro. It is ugly work, bro. Like, you gotta have your own opinion about something. The video blurry. Like, you gotta have your own opinion about something. It's like you gotta have a mind of your own. Like, that's the thing. Like, your name is Brain Waves. You gotta have your own brain about stuff, bro, or it's not gonna be unique. Like, you can't be out here using the same voice changers. You can't be out here uttering the same talking points. You can't be out here literally using your words the same way. I'm coming back with this content. Bro, you gotta stop, bro. Like, that's bad work. You gotta stop that. See, what makes people gravitate towards platforms is when somebody's unique. Their perspective is unique, their approach is different, their thoughts are different, and their opinions are different. I can say the same thing to Rollo. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all grown ass men, bro. Like, that's not to take away support from Ringo, because I think he needs like online support. Like, he needs brothers. He needs brothers, bro. He needs friends. That nigga sit up there and say he don't need friends. Nah, you need friends, bro. I was this man's best friend, bro. Like real talk. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm saying I was genuine to the brother. I'm not saying it like, oh, you should feel ashamed that I was your best friend. I'm saying it to say I really genuinely looked at him like a brother. I genuinely can see that that brother needed a friend, and I was that. That's why the betrayal for him just wanting online clicks, that was something to deal with. But he needs brotherhood. He needs brotherhood. He don't think he do, but he do. And I'm not talking about people that don't hold him accountable. I'm not talking about just people he can control. People who like he needs people that's gonna keep it a buck and keep it real with him in his life. That's what that cat need. He really do. And not take it as they're trying to not take it as they're trying to betray you or whatever. Yeah, that brother need redemption, man. He do. He need to repent. He need to repent. All of those guys need to repent. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and them cats owe me an apology. Because let me tell you something. Even if I was dead wrong with everything, when I went on that panel and was like, all right, what can we do about this? And they didn't show no respect, that show you right there that it was never about, let's bring this together, let's chop it up. Yeah, I feel like Ringo needs to be against somebody all the time to make content. I feel like he has to have adversity. Um, he has to have some type of adversity, but I feel like it's misappropriated. I feel like it's misappropriated because when you a platform with over 200,000 subscribers, when you have a platform like that, it should never be focused on people, like one person. Like you got there for a reason. And not only that, the guy is talented enough to reach people. I mean, everybody got a niche. But sometimes, man, you gotta use your talents and gifts to do something more like productive. You gotta use your gifts to do something that's gonna really uplift people and be consistent with it. Yeah, and don't be willing to just sell out for any grift. Cause that's what I think he did. Like he seen the Charlie Kirk died, and it was like, yeah, it was like Charlie Kirk died, and it was like, I mean, everybody. I would say to a degree, everybody took, I'll say this. I'm not. Everybody had a right to have their own opinion. Man, everybody see right through the cat. I'm trying to get a cat the benefit of the doubt, but everybody see it. Like nobody really take that stuff serious over there. But nonetheless, like I just don't feel like all money is good money, you know? Like, I get it. You got a family. He trying to do what he got to do to take care of his family. And I don't want, like, contrary to popular belief, this man told a lot of lies on me. Like, he's trying to paint a picture that I never wanted to see this man, I never wanted to see him successful, or, you know, like, that don't even make sense. Like, it don't even make sense. Like, I was there when, listen, first of all, and I'm not saying this to throw up nothing. I'm saying this because I want you to really understand how the lies go. When the brother came there, it wasn't under when he came to North Carolina, it wasn't under the impression that, you know, the brother, I was going to take the brother around to get a car, a home, or nothing. I offered that. And I'm sure he could have done it himself too. But when that man got that place, I was the first one to tell him. When he went and looked at the place, because we went to a few places. When that man got that place, when he said, man, this is the one right here. Man, I felt very, very proud and happy for that man, bro. I'm the first one to say it, because he was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I said, man, you're going to get this place, bro. When that man purchased that vehicle, I'm the first one to dap him up. I wanted to see this man win, bro. Like, I helped him win because I wanted to see him win. And, yo, this man lost a good friend, bro. A loyal friend that didn't disrespect him behind his back. None of that. Like, I legit wanted to see that man win, bro. I'm telling you, I wanted to see him win. I never wanted to see this man lose. The minute, now y'all got to understand, after the move, it was very exhausting. It was very drawn out. It was very drawn out. And after the move, I mean, soon as we were going back home, we were just tired. That man was making a video like, yeah, I ain't rocking with nobody. It was so bad, the video he did, Pastor Dow was like, yeah, they done fell out. Y'all know how Dow talk. Yeah, they done fell out. I told you they was going to fall out. Something is amiss. That's because of his video. I looked at the video like, damn, why bro acting like that? I ain't never planned. Listen, I never snaked this man out. Never, none of that. And it ain't got so bad. Some of this stuff gonna have to get dealt with. Because lies that were told, that gotta get dealt with. Because I asked them to take that stuff down when they just blatantly lying. They didn't do that. Matter of fact, we got to do something about these people. Brainwaves, Rollo, and all of y'all who keep streamlining my members only content. I'ma ask you. I'ma ask y'all to take it down. I know somebody who just got somebody's channel taken down because they keep doing that. Y'all keep streaming this one video that's on members only. I can literally strike all of those videos. But I'm asking y'all, because first of all, what y'all doing is out of context, and it's a members only video. That's messing with my business. I don't go to y'all's members only content and react to that. That's my business. That's for members. Somebody said might have to do. Yeah, that's against policy. Like literally, you cannot do that. First of all, you're taking parts of a members only video and you're painting your own context. First, it's two things you're doing wrong with that. It's against guidelines to react to somebody's members only content, number one, and I can prove that. Number two, what you're doing essentially is you're putting context to something that's out that it is not even the real context. And I can't defend that because it's on members. So nobody else gets the full video unless they become a member. Now I gave them warning because they all watching my video. They watching right now. This is my warning. Take any video where you reacted to my members only content, just take it down. Take it down. Because you can't do that. All the bullying and all of that y'all done, I ain't even worried about that. But take my members only content down. Take that down. Hitman says, yeah, New Breed. When start acting different, I was wondering where the disagreement was. You were sincere. Yeah, man. Bro. Listen, I did not help this man out to snake him or be jealous of it. I actually looked up to what the man was doing. I actually said, man, because first of all, I was already planning to move. I was already planning to move the following year, which I did. And to see this brother coming from his situation, man, that made me feel good. You know, he tries to paint this picture. Oh, they were hate. You know, when you elevate, they start hating you because you making moves. Like, I make moves too, bro. I've been all over the country. I've been all over the world, bro. What are you talking about? When I was by myself, I didn't have need for a bigger place. So I was just enjoying my life, you know, in a smaller space. When my family expanded, I expanded. I have multiple living structures, sir. I got RVs. I got a Mongolian yurt. I got a home. There's been times I've had multiple homes and apartments at the same time. It was never jealousy. Never. So don't believe that. That's a damn lie. That's a lie from hell. Sometimes I'll be like, where these people get these lies from? They come from hell. When I be thinking like, where do people get these lies? They come right from hell. They came from the devil. That came from the devil. The devil told you that. Because you couldn't have made that up based on how this person treated you or acted, or what this person has done. That's the devil. Yeah, that's straight up delusional. And why is it like that? Why is it the people you help in life in general, why is it that those will be the people that do you the worst, bro? I don't understand that. Why is it like that in life? It's like the people you really go out your way for will be the ones that'll knife you. It's like they hate you for being good to them. I've had that happen so many times where people have literally hated me for being good to them. And you know why? Because they know they can never do the same thing. They know they can never look out for you that way. They know they can never be a real friend to you. So they resent you. It's like they literally will resent you for being a good person towards them. When that guy got demonetized, I encouraged that brother. When he got demonetized, that hurt me. He was like, man, they done demonetized me. I'm like, bro, just keep on working. Get on the other platform. Just keep on working, bro. I literally felt bad because I'm like, man, this man been around all this time. Why are they going to demonetize him? I was literally a good friend to this brother, man. I didn't do this man no wrong, bro, at all. I did not do Ringo nothing wrong, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't do nothing wrong to this guy. But then once everything went down, I was being humble and having all this humility, and I'm like, bro, all right, just leave it alone. The man just kept harassing me. He still harasses me to this day. And I'm like, bro, just leave me alone. Then when I start snapping, when I start joking and joning and going back and forth and exposing and doing all this, is because you keep on poking a bear. Just because I was a nice person and a helpful person don't mean there's another side. There's another side, y'all. And that other side is not to be played with. I am not the type of person to play with, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not that. Because if I want to hit, I'm going to hit different. But it's like, but you know, they don't get it. Yeah, that brother need to repent, man. And one day maybe he will say, you know what, publicly. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for a year. I don't know if he's going to do this 2 years, 3 years, but you know what? I'm going to repent because Breed ain't even saying nothing about me. The man said, hey, he hope you closure, all of that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm sticking to that. I hope the man find closure. And I hope he see the parts that he done wrong in the situation. Because I'm not fitting to be going back and forth with these guys. I'm not doing that. And I haven't. It's been times where they made videos about me for 4 or 5 months straight and I ain't say nothing. King Connect, thank you for the support. Says it's confirmation of the word. God's people get reviled and prosecuted for Christ's sake. You rejoice, brother, rich in heaven. The real ones appreciate you for real, your family of the body of Christ. Thank you for that, King Connect. I appreciate that. Hey, Connect. Yo, I got that track too, man. You left that open verse, man. I got you, bro. I haven't been in my music space lately, but I'm once I get into it, back into my bag, I'm on there. And also, man, one of these days, man, we gotta get you out there on the court, man. I've been back on that court hooping big time. So yeah, we gotta link up, man. Go ahead and run, and give me a couple weeks. I'll be out here running full court on the indoor court. I'm telling you, I just need a few more weeks, and we can record that. Show these folks how it's done out here. Gotta show these folks how it's done. Yeah, like even that video I did about Ringo's wife, him meeting at a Diddy party, I was just cracking jokes. And I felt bad for that. I actually felt bad and took the video down. But he'll go react to that, but he won't react to this. That's what they do. You gotta make me the devil all the time. New Breed's a devil, he's a demon. Well, what about you? Why you won't react to everything I'm saying? Why you won't react to the man really coming forward and saying, hey, he not on that. He wish you brothers closure. He told you what his gripe was. My thing is, if y'all wouldn't even show me the respect when I got on a panel to chop it up, what do y'all keep talking about me for? I gave y'all the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna sit around, try to make me look like a bad person. People don't see me that way because that's not me. And at the end of the day, the crazy thing is, I'm not stopping nothing over there. People who watch you are gonna watch you. You're not stopping nothing over here. People who are gonna watch me are gonna watch me. It's a waste of energy. Instead of Ringo making a video about New Breed, not not really helping it's not helping your platform. The only thing it does ultimately is gives me more subscribers, because even when I'm not working, you got my name in the algorithm. It's not helping you. There's so many topics that you can address. You don't have to talk about everything I talk about every stream, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. Hold on, let me see. Vincent Brown, what's funny, brother? Talk to me. What's funny? Yeah, Hayoka says, see, Breed, all things work together for good. Absolutely. Yeah, but nonetheless, like I said what I needed to say. To brother Epic Minds, to the rest of these guys, it is what it is. Y'all be blessed. I got more material coming. Peace.